Hey guys, welcome to Bronx Porch Homestead. Well, I'm back in the Bronx. I'm in my backyard. It poured. My tomatoes are ripening up even more. I think with these big ones I am going to make sauce because they are fairly big. So that's a good thing. And guess what? The food for the hens finally came. So I am about to cut the bag open, and then I'm going to fill up the three feeders so that this way they can eat all they want. But they do see me. They know I'm coming there for a reason because they're all gathering up. Let's get it going. Before I do that, I'm actually going to check for eggs because I didn't collect them. And there are quite a few. So there's about 6 eggs in there. I think I am gonna give them the feed first, and then I'll collect the eggs. This way I have a place to put them inside, like either in the jar or on the chair. Okay, well, I got the eggs out. So we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's within the past 2 days. Now, the larger hens are in the coop because as I started to put the food into the feeder, they wouldn't let the other hens come down. So the other smaller hens, which are getting just as big as the bigger hens, they've been up there for several hours. So as soon as they went in, I had to gently shove them in, and then I put the door down, and that'll probably be that way for like, I don't know, a half an hour, and then after that I'll just let them out. But it gives these guys enough chance to come down and eat from the 3 containers that I filled up to the very top. Also to eat some of the greens that are on the bottom, get used to that. And now one container is half empty, and the other one is completely empty. So I'm about to put water in both of those. You know, even after working a full day, because even though I work a few hours with the summer youth, it's still a full day because it includes the logistics and the preparation, and you've got to get mentally and physically prepared. It's a lot. It's a lot working outside and running a homestead or a little farm. I tell you, there are other YouTube mentors that I follow, and in the beginning of their experience that they were documenting, many of them worked. You know, they worked a double job. One outside the home, which was probably paying the bills, and the other one was the homesteading itself. I remember that, you know, so we do the same thing here. The homestead I have here is not to make a living out of it, but it's for me to live. Having the fruits, the vegetables, the mental wellness, that's a big one for me. It releases stress, another big one, which means less doctor bills because stress does cause physical ailments, you know, things like that. So doing this kind of work, you may say to yourself, I'm moving around because I've got to get the hose in there. You may say to yourself, why go through all that trouble even after you work outside? Because this actually does feel nice. This feels great. You see things coming to maturity, you know? You're taking care of the animals. It's been a couple of days, I'll be honest, that I've let the rabbits come out. It's probably been almost a week. But they're in a big enough coop. I'm confident that they're fine. They get plenty of water. They actually get fed better in the coop because I'm giving them greens. carrot tops, everything that the list of what to feed your carrots, says, including beet tops as well. So they're good. Holly does scratch to get out because I can hear her. But I think if I spend just a little bit more time at home, if I can come home earlier from the program, the summer youth, then I can spend a little more time here. I used to be able to just let the rabbits go loose, and I can't do that no more because they will jump into the garden, and right now my garden is food. So when the food starts to get harvested, then I'll let them out again. But in the meantime, they're in there until someone can actually watch them, until I can watch them. All right, I'm about to go into the coop, get the water in, and we can talk some more. Okay, so I'm in the coop. As you can see, these guys are big. These are fairly big. You'd think that they were like the other guys, right? The other girls. Okay, let me go over to this side here. See how I filled it up all the way to the top? That'll last a couple of days. Okay, this is the feeder, the water feeder that I need to get going here. Okay, so let's take these out. So these are the little clips back and forth that you don't see, and that's why there's so much editing to be done. I just finished trying to add water to the other water area, to the other water feeder, and of course there's no water coming out of the hose because somebody, not to mention names, would use the other hose, turn that faucet on, turn the other faucet off, but never went back and turned the other faucet back on so that this one can be in use. Okay, let's try that again. Right, guys? Let's try that again. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. No. See? You start it, but it doesn't continue. Oh, the wonderful little things of homesteading. That really aggravate me. Because has nothing even to do with the birds. This just has to do with the logistics of opening up a hose. Okay, guys, let's try this water thing again. I just went back down and opened it up on one side, full blast. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but we're about to check it out again. Let me go in. Move, little guys. Hey, you be nice over there. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Here we go. No, it's not. Yeah, see, I open it. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Did I mention how frustrating it is to have a working hose yesterday and not have one today?
Are you recording now?
Yeah, I am, because I'm letting the whole world know how a little thing of hosing can be so frustrating.
Okay, get out of the way, please. Let me see.
I tell you why, because it was shut off by someone else. So, in other words, when you're working together, you got to remember to put things back after you use them in running condition. I literally went up and down those back stairs at least 12 times. Okay. Let's see, guys. Is this possible? Oh my goodness, it's working. look at that, guys. This is how a hose is supposed to work. Supposed to leave the water on so that the next person that comes can use it. Well, now that we solved the problem with the hose, we're on to doing a little cleanup. David wants to see the coop a little bit more cleaned up than what it is. So I did a little bit of research. There's no really like exact formula to cleaning it up, but I did notice that a lot of people did use the sand. Just like in the winter time, the sand is used to you know, on the floor part, and a lot of people do say that sand is better than the straw and the soil that's on the bottom. It does get mixed in. So we're having a heat wave this past week, so we are going to be putting the sand to absorb the odors, which aren't that bad, but we don't want to let it get out of control. And David's gonna put it into the coop. And then we did buy that white powder that you use for mites. So we did buy that. We're gonna mix that in as well. And all this in the evening of a full day. We did take out a little bit, like the top layer of some soil, and we put it in the green bag. It really needs to go into the compost along with some food scraps. We can like mix it in and really get great compost. But for now, just a little bit of a coop cleanup. I did put pine shavings over by where they roost, it's a lot of poop, so I just keep covering it up. And then where they lay their eggs, there is straw. Again, a lot of articles saying that straw has its issues. They definitely say don't use cedar. That's just well-known fact among all the chicken owners. But there is a back and forth with hay and pine shavings and sand and, you know, that kind of thing. And even chicken owners that have owned chickens for many, many years, even a whole generation, you know, they swear by one thing. And even though there may be some cons to what it is that they do, they have had no issues with their chickens throughout the many years. Okay. Yes, that's the word. Mixing up the sand.
I'm not going to use the whole bag.
No, just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, that's good. And that gets mixed up with the soil that's inside, and the hens, when they do their dust baths, that goes into their feathers, kills whatever mites they have. That's the purpose of that crawling insect killer.
Oh, the sand took it all in.
Yeah. Lapse here. This could take a while. Okay, well, while David is putting the sand into the coop and we did that time lapse, I'm actually going to do a little bit of pepper harvesting. Check these out. First of all, these are the pruners that I use. And then these are the peppers. They're small peppers. I bought the seed of small peppers this time. And let's get to harvesting. Okay, look, check it out. See, the bees are doing a good job here. There's a bee. And these are the peppers. Very, very nice. Okay. Very pretty. These are a little bit hot. That's why I got them. I'm going to do a few of these and then I'm going to call it a night. Nice job.
Hi.
So are we done with homestead duties?
I know I am. They got more tomatoes over here.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, bits and pieces, but real life. Until the next time.